Welcome, curious minds, to another thrilling episode of Atlas Anomalies. Today we are exploring the most underrated and perplexing unsolved mysteries the world has to offer. From chilling disappearances to puzzling codes, these mysteries continue to baffle investigators and captivate the imagination. So without further ado, let's embark on our journey into the unknown. Number 8. The Isdal Woman. The mystery of the Isdal Woman, which unfolded in 1970 in Bergen, Norway, revolves around the discovery of an unidentified woman's charred body in the remote Isdalen Valley, nestled amidst the striking Norwegian fjords. The mystery starts on a cold November morning in 1970, when a local man stumbled upon the scorched remains of a woman in a remote part of Isdalen Valley, an area renowned for its dramatic landscapes. What immediately puzzled authorities was the bizarre scene. The woman's body was positioned as if in a sleeping posture, and the evidence suggested an orchestrated attempt to conceal her identity and disrupt the investigation. The investigation took a puzzling turn as it uncovered a series of cryptic clues. Labels had been meticulously removed from the woman's clothing, fingerprints were nowhere to be found, and even the labels on her personal belongings were removed or altered. The Isdal Woman seemed to have been on the run, using numerous fake identities across various countries. Further intrigue was added when a coded diary was discovered in a nearby hotel room connected to the woman. The diary contained encrypted messages that hinted at a complex network of espionage and secret rendezvous. The Isdal Woman's travels were meticulously planned, with her movements spanning across Europe and even as far as South America, implying a deep-seated involvement in covert activities. As authorities delved deeper into the case, a range of theories emerged. Some speculated that the Isdal Woman might have been a spy engaged in espionage during the height of the Cold War. Others proposed that she could have been the victim of a botched illegal operation, leading to her tragic demise. The absence of definitive leads and the elusive nature of her identity only deepened the enigma. Over the years, attempts to identify the Isdal Woman have yielded limited success. Her reconstructed appearance has been circulated across media, and composite sketches have been disseminated in the hopes of generating leads. Despite international efforts to piece together her story, the true identity of the Isdal Woman remains shrouded in uncertainty. Number 7. The Toynbee Tiles. The story of the Toynbee Tiles began in the 1980s, when a series of cryptic and often bizarre messages, known as the Toynbee Tiles, that have been embedded into the asphalt of streets, appeared on the streets of Philadelphia, and later in other cities such as New York, Boston, and Buenos Aires. One of the most famous inscriptions on the Toynbee Tiles reads, "Toynbee idea in Kubrick's 2001 Resurrect Dead on planet Jupiter." This inscription references Arnold Toynbee, a historian and philosopher, and Stanley Kubrick's iconic film 2001, A Space Odyssey. The message suggests a belief in the idea of human resurrection on Jupiter, and alludes to a merger of science fiction and philosophy. The origins and intentions of the Toynbee Tiles remain shrouded in mystery. No one has come forward to claim responsibility for their creation, and the methods used to install them without detection on busy streets continue to baffle experts. The tiles have sparked numerous theories, ranging from the work of a single dedicated individual to elaborate social experiments or guerrilla art projects. Number 6. The Flannan Isles Lighthouse Mystery. The Flannan Isles Lighthouse Mystery unfolded in December 1900 on the isolated and windswept Flannan Isles off the west coast of Scotland. This tale started when a relief ship Hesperus arrived on December 26, 1900, and it was met with an eerie and unsettling silence. The three lighthouse keepers were nowhere to be seen, and upon further investigation, a series of bizarre and perplexing discoveries came to light. Inside the lighthouse, the scene appeared as if the keepers had vanished mid-activity. The kitchen table was set for a meal, and the beds appeared to have been slept in, but more unsettling were the clues found outside. An overturned chair on the cliff edge, a missing coat, and an entry in the logbook, dated December 15, 1900, that ominously recorded severe winds the likes of which I have never seen before in 20 years. The prevailing theory was that the keepers had been swept away by a sudden and violent storm, but this explanation left many questions unanswered. Why were they outside during such treacherous conditions? and why were essential provisions like oilskins and a lifebuoy left behind? Additionally, seasoned mariners and rescue workers noted the impossibility of someone being swept away from the island due to the angle and height of the cliffs. Conspiracy theories and supernatural explanations soon emerged, ranging from sea monsters to alien abductions. However, more plausible theories also gained traction, including a struggle among the keepers themselves or a sudden illness that incapacitated them. Ultimately, the mystery of the Flannan Isles lighthouse keeper's disappearance remains an unsolved puzzle. Number 5. The Beale Ciphers. The mystery of the Beale Ciphers begins with a man named Thomas J. Beale, who, according to a purported letter he left behind, was part of a group that discovered a vast treasure in the American West during the 1820s. Beale and his associates supposedly collected gold, silver and jewels from mines and caches, amassing an astonishing fortune. Fearing theft or confiscation, Beale encrypted the details of the treasure's location, content and ownership in 3 separate ciphers. Beale entrusted these ciphers to a friend in Virginia, with instructions to open them should Beale and his companions not return within a decade. However, Beale and his group never returned, and despite decades passing, the friend was unable to decode the messages. Frustrated, he eventually shared the ciphers and the story with the public in the 1880s, igniting a fascination with the potential treasure and the challenge of breaking the codes. The ciphers consist of sequences of numbers that correspond to words or letters in a yet-to-be-identified book. The first cipher, which has been partially deciphered, contains information about the treasure's contents and location. The second cipher supposedly provides the names of the treasure's owners and their next of kin, while the third cipher remains unbroken, adding to the air of mystery surrounding the entire affair. Numerous attempts have been made to decode the ciphers, with various theories and methods proposed. The Beale ciphers have spurred treasure hunts, inspired books, documentaries, and even fictional adaptations, turning the story into a symbol of the allure of hidden riches and mysteries. Number 4. The Hinterkaifeck Murders. The Hinterkaifeck Murders of 1922 stand as one of Germany's most haunting and enduring unsolved mysteries, as it revolves around the gruesome murders of 6 members of the Gruber family on their remote farmstead in the village of Hinterkaifeck, Bavaria. The events unfolded on the night of March 31st to April 1st, 1922, when an unknown assailant or assailants entered the Gruber family's farm and committed a brutal and methodical massacre. The victims were lured one by one into the barn of their home and were bludgeoned to death with a mattock, a tool typically used for digging and chopping. The unsettling nature of the crime extended beyond the gruesome act itself. Days before the murders, strange occurrences were reported, such as footsteps in the snow leading to the farm but not away from it, and the discovery of a newspaper from Munich that no one in the household had bought. Furthermore, the family had reported hearing mysterious sounds in the attic and noticing footsteps in the house, raising fears that an unknown intruder might be present. After the murders, police struggled to make sense of the crime scene, as the murderer seemed to have stayed at the farm for days after the killings. Meals were prepared and consumed, animals were fed, and the bodies were covered with hay. The investigation encountered numerous hurdles, including false leads, sensationalized rumors, and the complexities of rural life in the early 20th century. Suspicion fell on various individuals, including neighbors and family members, yet no conclusive evidence emerged to identify the perpetrator. Despite extensive efforts, the Hinterkaifeck murders remained unsolved, and the farm was eventually demolished in an attempt to erase the painful memory of the tragedy. The Lead Masks Case. The Lead Masks Case, an eerie unsolved mystery from 1966, is one of Brazil's most enduring enigmas, combining elements of the paranormal, science fiction, and real-life intrigue. This mysterious incident centers around the deaths of 2 electronics technicians, whose bodies were found by a young man flying a kite on a hill in Rio de Janeiro. The most unsettling aspect of the case was the discovery of 2 lead masks near the bodies. These masks, resembling eye shades or protective goggles, were crafted from a heavy material commonly used to shield against radiation. The presence of these masks, along with the fact that both men were wearing formal suits, raised immediate questions about their intentions and the circumstances of their deaths. Further puzzling elements emerged when investigators delved into the men's personal effects. a notebook containing cryptic notes was found, suggesting that the men were involved in some form of secretive activity. One note read, 1630B at the determined place, 1830 swallow capsules after the effect, protect metals, wait for mask signal. Theories ranged from illegal drug experiments to encounters with extraterrestrial beings or secret government experiments. Despite extensive investigation, the true circumstances surrounding the lead masks case remain shrouded in uncertainty. Autopsies revealed no signs of violence or poison, leaving the cause of death undetermined. The lack of conclusive evidence, coupled with the unusual details, has contributed to the case's enduring allure and reputation as one of the most perplexing mysteries in Brazilian history. Number 2. The Wow Signal. The Wow Signal, a singular and enigmatic event that occurred in 1977, remains one of the most compelling mysteries in the realm of space exploration and the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. On August 15, 1977, at Ohio State University's Big Ear Radio Telescope, astronomer Jerry R. Amon detected a powerful and unmistakable radio signal that lasted for a mere 72 seconds. The signal exhibited a remarkably strong intensity, easily standing out from the background noise typically observed in radio astronomy. Filled with excitement and astonishment, Amon circled the data on the computer printout and wrote, "Wow," in red ink next to it, giving rise to the signal's iconic name. What made the wow signal particularly intriguing was its unusual characteristics. The signal's frequency fell within the range of electromagnetic radiation naturally emitted by hydrogen, the most abundant element in the universe. However, the intensity and rapid rise and fall of the signal were inconsistent with natural sources. Furthermore, the signal's frequency was in a region of the radio spectrum that is not typically used for communication by Earth-based technology, reducing the possibility of terrestrial interference. Despite extensive efforts to redetect the signal and ascertain its origin, the wow signal remains unexplained and unresolved. The tantalizing prospect of contact with an alien civilization has fueled fascination with the mystery, inspiring further research, technological advancements, and the ongoing search for intelligent extraterrestrial life. Number 1. The Dyatlov Pass Incident. The Dyatlov Pass incident occurred in late January 1959 when a group of 10 hikers, led by Igor Dyatlov, embarked on a challenging trek through the Ural Mountains of Russia. The goal was to reach Otorten, a peak in the northern Urals. The group was composed of engineering and technical students from the Ural Polytechnic Institute, all experienced in mountaineering and survival. However, the expedition ended in tragedy when the hikers failed to return as planned. A search and rescue operation was launched, and what was discovered was a scene of eerie horror. The hikers' tent was found ripped open from the inside, abandoned in haste. The tracks indicated that the group had fled barefoot and in minimal clothing, despite the frigid temperatures. Further investigation revealed the frozen bodies of the hikers scattered in the snow, miles away from their campsite. The circumstances surrounding their deaths were baffling. Some of the hikers showed signs of physical trauma, including fractured skulls and ribs, yet no external injuries were apparent. Others displayed strange skin discolorations and traces of radiation. One particularly puzzling detail was the condition of the clothing worn by some of the hikers. Certain articles of clothing showed evidence of being highly radioactive, a fact that intensified speculation about secret military activities in the area. Conspiracy theories suggested that the hikers might have accidentally stumbled upon a classified experiment or encountered extraterrestrial forces. The official Soviet investigation concluded that the hikers had succumbed to a compelling natural force. The final report cited a combination of factors including hypothermia, exhaustion, and potentially a compelling unknown force as the cause of death. However, the lack of definitive answers and the unsettling nature of the evidence fueled alternative theories. Even despite modern advancements in forensic science and technology have led to new theories, the truth behind what happened on that fateful night in the Ural Mountains remains elusive. And there you have it, dear viewers. 8 captivating unsolved mysteries that continue to challenge our understanding of the world. From chilling disappearances to perplexing codes, these enigmas remind us that there is always more to explore and discover. Which of these mysteries intrigued you the most? Let us know in the comments below, and remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay tuned for more riveting episodes of Atlas Anomalies. Until next time, keep questioning, keep wondering, and keep exploring the uncharted territories of our world.